You're scared to change your life, and you already know it. But here's what you probably don't know. The reason you're scared has almost nothing to do with the change itself. It's not the risk. It's not the uncertainty. It's not even fear of failure in the way most people think. It's something deeper, something your brain is doing automatically, without your permission, every single time you get close to doing something different. And until you understand what it actually is, you'll keep circling the same decision forever. Here's what this video is going to do. It's going to show you the real psychological mechanism behind the fear of change. Not the surface version, the actual one. It's going to explain why smart, capable, self-aware people stay stuck in lives they've outgrown for years. And it's going to give you something concrete, a way of understanding your own resistance that makes it significantly less powerful. But first, be honest with yourself for a second. Is there something you've been wanting to change? A career that no longer fits? A relationship that's been wrong for longer than you've admitted? A version of your life that's comfortable enough to stay in, but not good enough to be proud of? And every time you get close to doing something about it, something pulls you back. Doubt, practicality, timing. A reason that sounds logical, but somehow always appears at exactly the right moment to keep you exactly where you are. That's not coincidence, that's your brain, and it has a very specific reason for doing it. Here's the thing about the human brain that changes everything. Your brain's primary job is not to make you happy. It is not to help you grow, or reach your potential, or live a meaningful life. Its primary job, the one it was designed for over hundreds of thousands of years of evolution, is to keep you alive. And the strategy it uses to do that is prediction, familiarity, pattern recognition. Your brain has spent years building a detailed model of your current life. It knows the rhythms, the risks, the social dynamics, the daily patterns, and however uncomfortable that life may be, however much you consciously want something different, your brain has categorized it as known, therefore survivable, therefore safe. Change, real change, introduces the unknown. And to your brain, the unknown is not an opportunity, it is a threat. This is called the negativity bias and status quo bias working together. The brain systematically overestimates the risks of change and underestimates the costs of staying, which means every time you're weighing up whether to do something different, the scales are already rigged. Your brain is not giving you objective information, it is giving you threat-filtered information designed to keep you in the familiar. That voice that says, maybe it's not the right time. It's not wisdom, it's biology. Here's the layer underneath the fear that most people never reach. Changing your life doesn't just mean changing your circumstances. It means changing your identity. And identity, who you believe yourself to be, is something the brain defends with remarkable ferocity. Think about it. If you spent years being the person who almost did something, who has potential but hasn't quite launched, who is planning to make a move when the timing is right, that identity, uncomfortable as it is, has become familiar, predictable, yours. The moment you actually change, the moment you leave or start or commit, you have to let go of that version of yourself. And even when that version wasn't making you happy, it was at least known. The new version of you on the other side of the change is a stranger, and your brain does not trust strangers. Psychologists call this identity-based resistance. It explains why people sabotage their own progress at the exact moment things start working, why the diet gets abandoned when results appear, why the business gets self-destructed right before it succeeds, why the relationship gets ended before it gets real. It's not self-destruction, it's identity protection, the brain pulling you back to the version of yourself it recognizes. Here's the honest version of what this costs you. Picture yourself 5 years from now, having made none of the changes you're currently circling. Still in the same situation, still with the same reasons why the timing wasn't right, why the risk was too high, why you needed to wait a little longer. Not because you weren't capable, not because the opportunity wasn't there, but because your brain kept doing what it was designed to do, and you kept listening to it without questioning whether it was actually right. That version of your future is not inevitable, but it is the default. It is what happens when the fear of change goes unexamined and unchallenged for long enough. The people who break this pattern don't do it because they stop being afraid. They do it because they learn how to see the fear, clearly enough to stop them mistaking it for the truth. Here's how. 3 things. Not hacks, not motivational tricks, genuine shifts in how you relate to the fear. First, name what you're actually protecting. When the resistance shows up, don't fight it. Get curious about it. Ask, what identity am I protecting by not changing this? What version of myself disappears if I do this differently? Because once you can see the identity that's being defended, you can start to examine whether it's actually worth defending. Most of the time, it isn't. It's just familiar. Second, make the cost of staying as vivid as the risk of changing. Your brain naturally catastrophizes the downside of change. It is much less good at honestly accounting for the cost of staying. So do that work deliberately, not abstractly. Specifically, what does another year in this situation actually cost you? Another 5? Make that cost as real and vivid as the fear of the alternative, because right now your brain is only showing you half of the picture. Third, take the smallest possible action towards the change, today. Not a plan, not a decision, an action. Something that moves 1 inch in the direction of the life you want, because action produces information that thinking never can. And every small action begins to build a new identity, one that exists in reality rather than in the imagination. The brain starts to update its model. The unknown becomes slightly less unknown. The fear doesn't disappear, but it loses its authority. Here's the thing that reframes all of it. The fear you feel when you think about changing your life is not a sign that something is wrong. It is not a warning that you're making a mistake. It is not your intuition telling you to stay. It is your brain doing its job, protecting the familiar, flagging the unknown, running the same software it has always run, regardless of whether the output is still serving you. The fear is not the truth. It is a biological signal that was designed for a world that no longer exists. A world where the unknown genuinely meant danger, where leaving the tribe meant death, where change carried consequences your brain was right to be terrified of. You are not in that world. The change you're afraid of is not going to kill you. The version of your life on the other side of it, the one your brain is working so hard to protect you from, is the one you actually want. The fear is just the door, and doors are meant to be walked through. You came into this video with that familiar weight, the thing you keep almost doing, the change you keep almost making. Now you know what's been stopping you. Not weakness, not bad timing, not the wrong circumstances. Your brain, doing exactly what it was built to do. The question now is simple. Are you going to keep letting it decide? Or are you going to decide for yourself? If this video hit close to home, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Like and subscribe to my channel for more self-development content.